Hello, I am Queen Kunde Enoch. Join us every Tuesday on the program Talking Peace, where we raise discourse on how to attain peaceful coexistence and tolerance in our society.
Talking Peace is a production of ZT Communications in partnership with Taraba State Broadcasting Service TSBS Jalingo.
For enquiries and advert placements, please call 0803 454 0469.
Talking Peace is the meeting point. Join us.
Hello, welcome to another edition of the program Talking Peace. Now, Talking Peace is that platform where we discuss issues that border on how we enjoy peaceful coexistence. And of course, what else do we need more than this peace at this very moment? Definitely agree with me that the answer for sure now is nothing more than peaceful coexistence. And so, on the program today, we would have someone who would tell us or dish out that recipe. We can certainly enjoy peaceful coexistence here in Taraba State, Nigeria, and the world at large. Recall, the program is aired every Tuesday at 8:30 to 9 on Taraba State Broadcasting Service, that's TSBS, and also on our online platform on www.ztonline.com. Now you get all the details when you stick here with us on the program today, as we have a lot packed for this edition. If you're ready as I am, just hold on a while. You will get to meet my guest on the program after this short timeout. Don't go nowhere. Hello, I am Queen Kunde Enoch. Join us every Tuesday on the program Talking Peace, where we raise discourse on how to attain peaceful coexistence and tolerance in our society.
Talking Peace is a production of ZT Communications in partnership with Taraba State Broadcasting Service TSBS Jalingo.
For enquiries and advert placements, please call 0803 454 0469.
Talking Peace is the meeting point. Join us.
Welcome back. The program is still Talking Peace here on TSBS and as well as on our online platform www.ztonline.com. And like I did promise before that break, we have a program packed filled today as we have a guest who will be talking to us on how we can attain peaceful coexistence, and then today from a mother's perspective. Join me now as I welcome Jessica Samuel on the program. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jessica is a CEO and the founder of Independent Advocates for Peace and Development, IAPAD for short. So, can you tell us a little bit about what IAPAD does in relation to peace?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be in this platform. I want to say IAPAD, as you said, is an organization that is aimed at promoting peace. Now, promoting peace, when we talk about development, you can't talk about development without peace.
Sure.
That is why we said we stand to advocate for peace, which will eventually bring development. Because where there is no peace, you can't talk of development. So that is what IAPAD do. And we also try to look at how we can bring in, for instance, we intermediate between the government and the masses. Now, the government we come in between them so they'll be able to understand what the community, the masses are saying. And also we try to translate what the government are saying so that the masses will understand. Now, if there is no bridge between them, they won't understand themselves.
Sure.
So, Independent Advocates for Peace and Development, that is our major work. We try to bring in intermediate between the government and the masses to bring coexistence. Because most of the time it's lack of understanding that bring all the crises between the masses and the people in government.
Sure.
So that is what part of what Independent Advocates for Peace does. Yeah.
Wonderful. That means that your work basically relates with the community, drawing what their needs are or what their yearnings are drawing the attention of government to these needs.
Yes, that's what we do, part of it.
How do you cope getting into the hinterland to ensure this works smoothly?
Really, it's not easy, but it's just something that is a burden. It's what we just have to do. Because if nobody stands between the two, there is no way you achieve something. And the truth is that it's not easy to do, but you just have to, because you need we want to coexist.
Sure.
So we try to liaise with the masses. We know their pains. We understand their groaning. Now, with the government also, we try to relate it to them. We work close with them. We let them know we are your friends. We are your partners in progress. We are not there to kind of like crucify you
or antagonize
or try to victimize you. No, we're there to help your work. See, the truth is that any government that don't work with an independent organization will hardly succeed, because these people will not just come on their own to take to you
in thousands or in millions to come see
and
you
air their view or their mind. But you always have somebody that represents them.
So how did you come about this kind of idea, and what really prompted it actually?
Actually, I, as a mother, I see it, even not from me, from my mom. I see it that children and fathers hardly relate. One, because the father maybe thinks he has a lot on his head, he has a lot of people to attend to, he hardly understands the yearning and the cry or the saying of the child. So always you find out that they always relate their issue to the mother. Now, even if they bypass the mother to the father, you find out that the father will always relate the answer to the mother before giving it to the child. Now, any child that is not close to the mother hardly benefits from the father. Why? Because it's the mother that tells the father in the language he understands what the child is saying. So I see myself as a mother that has to bring the father and the children together. Now, who is the father here? We're talking about the government, the people in power, the people in positions.
Duty bearers.
Yes, I see them as the fathers, which sometimes you will not understand. They have a lot on their head.
Sure.
Sometimes we think these government are not working. It's not as if they are not working. Some of them, their eye has not really seen that which you think is needed. But it takes somebody to bring their attention to it. So that is why I see that things must be balanced if we must make progress.
Meaning you must recruit a lot of foot soldiers to be able to join this.
Sure.
Because there are a lot of things out there that need attention.
A lot.
Okay.
We have about 12 departments under independent advocates.
Wow.
We deal with health, the health sector, the education sector, empowerment sector, all those. So we have people, agents that work there to see what is needed, what
in
is
that particular
obtainable
area.
in that area, so that we bring it together and see how we relate it to the government and also to the masses.
All right, let's come back to talking peace.
Yeah.
Now, you have worked around communities over years, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, one would imagine that you may have, in the course of working, identified that there are lots of issues around communities in Nigeria, Taraba State, bordering on peaceful coexistence.
Yeah.
What's your take on it generally?
Yeah, when it comes to peaceful coexistence, using Nigeria, or let me say Taraba, as a case study, the major problem we have is lack of justice. Injustice is the major problem where we can't coexist. We are so selfish. Now, look at it. Even if it is a problem between you and somebody, if you will sit down critical and look at it, there are some of the yearning or the cry, what that person is trying to relate to you. If you are sincere and a selfless person, you understand what he's saying, you will see that he really needs that thing he's looking for. Now, the major problem we have in living, coexisting peacefully is lack of justice. One is either you see the masses are fighting the government, they always feel they have been victimized.
Also
you don't
changed.
give them what is supposed to be theirs. For instance, let me take this issue of this aftermath of
NSAS
NSAS.
protest.
It really went out of hand. What was it? The masses, the youth, look at it that they have been victimized. They have not been taken care of. They didn't bring them into the system. What is supposed to be theirs is not given them. Ma, you see, I want to be very blunt here. When it comes to peace, there are some things we try to hide or shy away from, or try to say we are covering so that somebody shouldn't attack you here or there. But if the truth is not told, no solution will come. For instance, look at the people in government. We vote these people there, even as a governor, a representative, to go and represent the people, not to go and enrich themselves. The majority of them are there just to enrich themselves. Ask which major project have they done in their locality or in their constituency. You won't see it. That is why when this youth, if it has gotten into them, they react in a way you can't control it. Now, it also goes that maybe intertribal, we are existing together. Sure. We've been there together. You know, we need each other. But eventually you just stand up because of one thing that is nothing. You start saying you are not supposed to be here, you are not supposed to be there. That is injustice. So if these things are kind of like time, try to give to, even the Bible says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Sure. And give to God what belongs to God. Give everybody what belongs to him. At least I know they won't give all.
That's talking about equity, yes, and then equality and all of that.
Yes.
But then how do we attain these, even in these times we exist together? How do we have peace living together amidst this injustice, amidst this maybe inequality, like you have drawn attention to? Because like you said from the beginning line, without peace we can't have development, and all of us yearn development. We yearn for development rather. So how can we, amidst all this, still attain some level of peace that can attract development we yearn for?
We have to go back to the
let me just chip it into, you see, the aftermath of the NSAS protest, the hoodlums who took over and started, wreaking havoc and all of that. We can't justify that, even though it some level of provocation, of course, but you can't justify any level of destruction in the name of whatever guy. So even while you are unjustly treated, how do we balance it to ensure we still have peace so that development can arise eventually?
See, for us to have peace, we have to go back to the drawing board.
Okay, and where is that?
What is right and what is wrong? What belongs to who and what does not belong to the other person? We have to spell it out and serve it the way it's supposed to be. See, you can't suppress anybody. What do we talk about lack of peace? It's when you are not at rest and I'm not at rest.
Sure.
You can't receive peace from somebody that is not peaceful. If I'm restless, it shows I lack peace. And the only thing I can give to you is my restlessness, which will trouble you. If you are restless, that is what you can dish to me. So if we really want to coexist peacefully, we just have to make sure that everybody is having what is his own.
What's his due?
What's due for him.
But having worked in communities, do you think this is realistic?
It's realistic.
So how do we go about it?
If we can just remove selfishness, we see how the Nigerian constitution carries everything in it. Carries everything. If we are sworn in as a government officials, if we will do the right thing, the people will get the right thing. It's just like talking about a husband and a wife. We know what is the duty of a husband. We know the duty of a wife. If the wife does hers and the husband does his, everything will be in peace. But most of the time where you see trouble at home is when one part is not playing his own well.
Okay. So now, when you want to mediate in that situation, okay, one part is not doing his own well, and of course, we still want to enjoy peace. How do we play around it and ensure that even the correction comes peacefully? Now, what I'm trying to draw out is this violent disposition. How do we really demystify it entirely within, it's actually growing and becoming a norm. When one hurts you, when you are unjustly treated, you want to revolt, you now also apply destruction, which will affect other people, not just that person you are aiming at. How do we really correct this?
In as much as I will advise that whoever is being treated wrongly or justice is not unjustly, or
Mm.
justice is not applied to his case. In as much as I will advise that we should exercise patience, not to react wrongly, but I will so much advise that let everybody play it right. You understand me?
Okay.
Is you can't be covering a wound and expect that wound to heal. And you can't be covering a wound and expect that that wound will not be paining you. No matter how patient you are, when you are being suppressed day in, day out, one day you will react. So instead of suppressing people, if you are in position, give them the right thing. Treat them right. Though some of us have gone too far in doing the wrong thing, and it's like turning back is going to be difficult.
Too far again.
But if we really want the peace we are talking about, we must go back to square zero.
Wow.
And start everything
all
afresh.
over.
Yes.
Wonderful. You see, words of a mother today, I'm going to say, are words of wisdom. And there is this coin you made emphasis on as to relating the issue of enjoying peace in our community to what obtains in the household, where a mother is usually they go between the father and the children. Now, adopting this method, we're going to hear more from our guest how we can leverage on it in our communities to ensure we have peace in the society at large. After this short timeout, don't go nowhere. Hello, I am Queen Kunde Enoch. Join us every Tuesday on the program Talking Peace, where we raise discourse on how to attain peaceful coexistence and tolerance in our society.
Talking Peace is a production of ZT Communications in partnership with Taraba State Broadcasting Service TSBS Jalingo.
For enquiries and advert placements, please call 0803 454 0469.
Talking Peace is the meeting point. Join us. Alright, it's still Talking Peace here, and like I did say, we have a voice of a mother today giving us those tips we can adopt in ensuring that we enjoy peaceful coexistence. And if you have just joined us, sure you have missed a lot, but not entirely, because you can listen to this entire package on our online platform if you click on www.ztonline.com. But again, she has still more to tell us about how we can enjoy peaceful coexistence. So, going back to square zero to start all over again.
Yeah.
That's the recipe you want to profile for us in the society.
Yeah.
If we must enjoy peaceful coexistence, how do we start?
For instance, now, first thing you do is, you the receiver and you the giver, you must know what is expected of you to give as a giver, and you must know what is expected of you to receive. Now, there are some times we want to enjoy some privileges that are not meant for us. So, in the quest of doing that, you won't get it from somebody that knows he's not supposed to give you that. So, you must know your limits. And then the giver should also know his limit. When we talk about, maybe, let's use government as an example. The government should know what the community, the society is expected of them. And then the society, the masses too, should know what the government is supposed to do.
Their obligations as well.
Their obligations, good.
Okay.
So, first thing you must do is that you must know what is needed of you. Because even the masses, there is what you give to the society.
You have
are not
obligations.
only there to receive and receive.
Sure.
There is a part you play. After all, we are the government. We are the government, so that we
only
have
give
leaders.
them in trust.
Yes,
to
we just
those
give some people
duty bearers.
Yes, a trust for them to do it, handle it as in the leadership position. So you must know what you are supposed to give and receive, and the same thing with whoever is in charge. So when you know that, you will now know your limit of operation.
Are you saying we should go back to our elementary education of, social studies, civic education, and then, of course, even at higher level, the Constitution has made it very clear. These provisions are clear. We the people did agree to this Constitution, and then we have our obligations assigned as citizens. For instance, you must be patriotic as a citizen of each country. Now, you must be law-abiding for you to also enjoy
the benefits of being a citizen of the country.
Yeah.
Now the line goes on and on and on. We have obligations so that we too can actually stand up to demand for good governance.
Yes.
Do you think the people don't know this already?
There are some, I won't say they don't know, and I don't want to stand here and say they know. A lot of people operating, you see, in the society don't know their rights.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot don't know their rights. That's why sometimes they fight on what is not supposed to be, and they don't fight for what is supposed to be theirs. So
we have a lot of work to do.
We have a lot. That is why NGOs, organizations like this are supposed to go out to sensitize people. Let them know. If you don't know your rights, you can't enjoy it. And if you expect something more than your right, it will be a problem. Because there is nobody in power that will sit down and you're just making demands outside your what will I call it? Outside
what is due for you.
Is due for you, that you will be doing it. Not like somebody like me. I'm this kind of person that I believe in due process. I'm a very principled person. If A is A, B is
Should
B.
be B.
I have this slogan. I don't go for second choice. If I'm not first, then I'm not part of it. That is just me.
Wow.
So until we go back to know what is really ours, we won't know how to get it.
Sure.
And so I want to advise that the masses, a lot of us don't know. You see some of us jumping around politicians. Since politicians are our servants, we are not the ones to serve them. The whole thing now is upside down. You find out that these people are supposed to be, look at, during campaign and whatever, you are supposed to be in your house. These people should come and beg you to vote them. But we in turn goes begging them to vote them.
So that we can collect salt and rice.
Yes, and they see, at the end they give you salt and rice. Do you know how much is being allocated to you, for you, that comes through them? We don't care about that one. All we know is that they give you salt, rice, and one printed wrapper with their pictures that you can't wear and go anywhere. So we don't really know what we are looking for.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we go fighting for what is not ours.
Oh, you've made it really easier and clear that we must, as a deliberate and conscious effort, ensure that we enlighten, especially those who do not know. Even for us who know, we need a conscious reminder that we have rights and obligations, and of course your right ends where another person's right begins. So you don't go expecting what you're not due for, else it will actually create chaos and injustice. Perceived injustice will set in, and then you go reacting even where you are not unjustly treated. All right, very good recipes and points you have raised here on how we can enjoy peaceful coexistence in our society. But again, now, as a way of, we're almost getting close to the end of the program, rounding off, how do we really do this enlightenment? Of what form should it take? Because you did mention that NGOs should take up these. Who sponsors that? But again, on the other hand, we have government agencies that are responsible to have enlightened the populace about their rights, their obligations, and all they need to know in that form. What do you profile as a midway to ensure the people know where to strike the balance?
It's the duty of the government to enlighten the people. But first of all, I want to say something. They say charity begins at home.
Okay.
The first thing a child is supposed to enjoy is knowledge from his parents.
That's the family level.
Family level. You must go down. And let me emphasize, especially mothers.
Family values.
Yes. Which the mother is the custodian of those values. Now, until we go down, I believe in going back to the foundation.
But my sister, how about the economic crunch that has made some mothers become breadwinners as well?
Oh, sure. If you go into being a breadwinner, don't forsake your primary assignment.
Wonderful.
No matter how busy a mother you will be, your children are the most treasure assets.
Because even when you make the money and you don't come back to a good
you regret the money. Sure. So as a mother, the first assignment, or let me not only limit it to mother, though mother's own is higher. As parents, the first thing, the problem we are having in the community, in the society, in the country today is from our homes. It started right from the house. There are some norms, characters I possess today. Now, even as I'm grown, I'm a mother, a house owner of my own. There are some things my mother taught me then. You dare not. Nobody will remove them from me. Nobody will ever remove. She told there's something I will never forget. She said, let everybody cheat you, but never cheat anybody. If there must be cheating, let it be that somebody else cheat you, not you cheating that person. In everything I do, that word always rings in my heart. Now, if every parent has a word that they have left with their children, this society will be better. Sure. So if you have failed as a mother or as a father, you've not done that, it's not late. You can still go back, draw your children back, and still give them. Now, the community.
But there's a saying that you can't bend a dry wood.
Oh, very true. You can't bend a dry wood. But let me tell you something. There is something about blood, parents and children.
Okay. There's a bond.
There's a bond that no matter how strong you think you are as a child to somebody, the words of your parents must enter you.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So after the family level, the community. Okay. You understand? We have community. We have associations. We have the traditional rulers. Okay. These are some of their duties. They should keep the people. I know when I was growing up then, we have this thing, they go around in the village, there's an information, they will call people together. Yes, every Saturday, they will call the town crier, they go to the kindred head. He will talk to you. Don't do this, don't do that. And then we found out that there was peace. We coexist with
So we should go back to that as well.
The traditional rulers shouldn't forsake that. It works for us then. Okay. So I believe it will still work. Okay. We're talking about giving reorientation. Sure. So let's go back to that. We have the government agencies. They have that in their budget and whatever there's what they slot for that. They should utilize it. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is that we have good policies but no implementation.
Wow. Well, I hope NGOs like yours would definitely stir up these organizations to ensure that we have implementation of these good policies.
We are working towards it. Okay. Like my organization, we don't only deal with even the people outside. Even some of the NGOs, we try talking to them.
Oh, great.
Internally as well. Yes, wake up to your responsibility. We are not just there for nothing. Make an impact. Let people know that this is what they are supposed to do.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wow. Great listening to her. If we allow, we'll go on and on and on. Jessica Samuel is the founder, independent advocate for peace and development, IAPAD for short. Thank you so much for your time on the Talking Peace today and giving us those very fundamental, truthful recipes that would ensure we have peaceful coexistence in our society. Thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I hope you do come back again and again when we call on you so that we can share more of these tips until we have peace in our society.
Sure. Since we're working for peace and development, I'm always available.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Well, listener, that's much we'll take on the program today, but do join us again for another enlightening package. I'm yours sincerely, Iwesekundi Enoch, asking you to be good and, of course, let's enjoy peaceful coexistence together. Bye for now. Hello, I am Queen Kunde Enoch. Join us every Tuesday on the program Talking Peace, where we raise discourse on how to attain peaceful coexistence and tolerance in our society.
Talking Peace is a production of ZT Communications in partnership with Taraba State Broadcasting Service TSBS Jalingo.
For enquiries and advert placements, please call 0803 454 0469.
Talking Peace is the meeting point. Join us.